Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So today I'm back to do the rainbow challenge that we're running in the Facebook group, and this week is all about orange. So I think I'm prepared. So I've got, once again, same as last week, I've got my pile of stuff, neutral things and things that have a bit of orange on them. I mean, that's definitely orange. You know, stuff that I can make and decorate and repurpose and use. I've got a pile of papers, some with orange things on them, some neutral. You know, I've pulled out like book pages that have orange flowers on them. I've got some of my painty papers that have orange on them, stuff like that. And then of course I've got my tray of embellishment stuff. So I've picked out, you know, orange stickers. I've got some flower fairies because again they're orange, and I was thinking maybe I could do some fairy stuff. Tickets, labels, all host of different things, and then some trims. And I've also got those orange inks that are coming up in an unboxing soon. So right, that's where I'm at. Okay, so I've got this book page pocket here. It's like I originally made it as like a flip up writing spot thing, but I think I'm not going to use it in that way because it's actually, I mean, it's thick paper, but I'm going to do something else with it. Anyway, so I've got this I made in the whole book challenge that Tanya from Teddy Treasure was running. Now the page in the front is upside down, which is not a problem, but I'm going to start by gluing a piece of paper on the front just to make the text the right way again. Again, it really doesn't matter. I don't even know why I'm doing it, I just am. So yeah. I quite like the upside down text, it's quirky, but I don't know. I think because the rest of it isn't upside down, so it's sort of throwing me off a little bit. So I'm just gonna pop that in. So this is a different book, but I didn't think anyone would really notice once we start decorating it up. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're excited for a week of celebrating orange. It was really fun to see everyone's makes for the red week. So I'm excited for orange. So to start me off, because I was a bit slow last week, so I wanted to be a bit quicker, I took one of those jigsaw pieces and I covered it with some paper. Now that is some scrapbook paper that had these orange flowers on. So I covered it with that, and then I just put two eyelets either side of the jigsaw piece. And I thought this could be some kind of fun, almost like a book platey type thing. Now the only thing is that the eyelets actually have made this 3D on these sides. So part of me thinks, should I have put the eyelets all the way through the paper to make it 3D? Because now I'm going to have to stick it down somehow. I'm just going to have to try and glue it and hope for the best. So yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have waited to do the eyelets, but you know, whatever. It's the morning. I'm waking up. But yeah, because we did a jigsaw piece last week, I thought I'll just get it covered off screen, because I didn't think you needed to see me do that again. And I'm going to have a jigsaw piece in every week because I was sent, you know, quite a few of them, so I do want to get them used. But I thought, you know, I'll try and use them in different ways. All as like embellishment type things, clusters and dangles, and in this case a book plate. But yeah, I thought if I use them in different ways, then that will keep things interesting whilst also helping me to use them and love them and do something with them. So I think that's middle-ish. There we are. So yeah, it's got kind of a raised look to it, but not overly so. And then I will just quickly glue this together because, as I say, it was supposed to be a flip up writing spot, but because I've now got this embellishment on it, you wouldn't really be able to write there anyway. And equally, it's not the strongest book page in the world. I didn't double it up or anything, so in hindsight, probably not not the right way to go. But we've still got 2 pockets in there, which is awesome. I'll just stick that down. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is about as far as I've got with trying to think what on earth I'm gonna decorate this with, because just like red, orange is even stranger colour for me to use. So let's have a little look at what I've got. So I'm thinking it might be nice to put something up the top, but I don't want to take away too much from the book plate, which I do need to find a word for or something. And we are going to have stuff in the pockets. So what I'm thinking is I want something just to go up there, I think, like a word or a label or something. Now, once again, oh, we could use butterflies actually, couldn't we? Maybe. I have got a couple of orange butterflies in here. Let's just have a little look. I've got a bunch. I'm grabbing them. Here we go. So I'm thinking if I've got something, because this is kind of like a yellowy orange. So I could maybe use that one. I was originally going to put a word in the middle, but now I'm thinking could put a butterfly on it, couldn't we? I'm just going to cut this out and see how I feel about that. I'm really lazy with my fussy cutting, as I've explained before, where I will just, with butterflies particularly, I just cut around them from the book, so I know what I've got, and then when I come to use them, that's when I do the proper fussy cutting. Because, you know, at the end of the day, some of these things will sit on for months and months before actually giving them a home. So for me, I find this is productive, even if it does mean as part of the video I just have to natter about complete nonsense for a minute whilst I cut around it, but please forgive me. There we go. Okay, should we see what that would look like? Oh, I prefer that to a word. That would be fun. I'm thinking I want to put something behind it. And what I'm thinking is, do I have anything that's like a cheesecloth type material or eyelash trim? So, sorry if I've just jogged you then. I'm just, I've got a bag of stuff down here which I just wanted to grab. I just got out my gold bag because I'm thinking I've got some gold eyelash trim. We could do a bit of sparkle, can't we? It is my project after all. Let's see what that would be like. Might have to do less than that, but you know, yeah, definitely less. Just a little bit underneath, and then that will give that sort of 3D look again. So I'm just going to dab the glue in the middle and catch what I can catch. Something was very glittery in that bag, so I've also now just sprinkled gold glitter all over the project, which is mighty fine by me. Absolutely. Okay, I'm just kind of pushing that down into the glue like so, and then do we think that's enough gold? Yeah, just for a hint of it. I don't want, you know, a ton. Just pulling it into the middle so that I'm not blocking it completely with my butterfly. And then I'll use the beacon again because I'm putting it on top of these fibre materials. And then I'm just gonna that's it. trying to keep it 3D, so I'm not pushing right down with the glue. Yeah, that's given that a really nice look. I like that. Right, put the gold back there because I'll probably use that again. Get everything on my desk, of course. So, right. So now I've put a butterfly down there. I don't feel like I want to put, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I want another butterfly. So I am thinking label. Label or a word so that I can go like across is what I'm thinking. I have a long label here. I could go all the way across there maybe. No, that looks too in line with each other, doesn't it? So I more want something, you know, to the right hand side. Now it would be nice if I could find an orangey type label. That one's got a bit of orange on it. It's a potential. And then if we get a word, I've got like a word here that's fluttering butterflies. I think this is one of my freebie sheets of words on my Buy Me a Coffee. Sorry if I'm pulling everything to me, by the way. I feel like I'm sat in my seat really, really wonky this morning. So what if this was across there? A bit too long, isn't it? I want something a bit shorter. Just one word or a smaller word. So I found the word happiness, and this one is actually printed to give it an orangey, I'm dropping it everywhere, an orangey kind of look. It's more like a yellowy orange, but I thought it would stand out then against the text of the book page. And that, I think, is going to be enough, because once we put stuff in the pockets, which are probably going to be orange, I think that's probably enough. So yeah, all the way through this challenge, I'm approaching stuff from a nature perspective, because that is my bread and butter. But it's interesting to see, you know, what we've got in nature, of the different colours, you know. So I've got lots of orange butterflies, I've got orange flowers, autumnal leaves, that kind of a thing. I think I might have some birds somewhere as well. And then of course I've got the fairies, which is like not exactly true to life, but in a magical nature kind of world. Would you say that one is done? I would say. I don't know if I should put more on it, but I think for now I'll leave it, and then once I've got stuff in the pockets, I can always add to it. Right, we have a piece. Wonderful. So I'm just going to kind of go through my pile. So this is a CD wallet thing, obviously, that I've decoupaged with napkin at some point. I have a whole stack of these. And this one had little orange flowers on, so I thought I could do something with that. And then from the Flower Fairies books, the end pages had orange and, you know, a fairy in it. So I was going to do something with this. I like him. Oh, I've just had an idea. So I was going to make a flip out. Now I'm thinking, what if I made a fun little shaker writing spot, like what I've done in the past? That's what I'm thinking. All right. As I say, I made a few plans as to what I was going to do, but I didn't want to overthink it, because if I plan and plan and plan a video, it actually stifles my creativity when I come to do the video, because then I'm trying to remember what it was that I was planning to do, rather than just kind of going with it, you know. Right, I've got to try and sneak this in without getting glue absolutely everywhere. So So you could make like a flip out, you could make pockets. In this case, I'm thinking it might be fun to do the shakers, which I do actually have a whole video on. I made some in the winter, a cozy winter series that I did. Right, I'm hoping I've managed to sneak that in without getting glue everywhere. I think I've done fine. So I'll need to find some sequins and stuff soon, but for now, my little fairy is very happily running amongst the flowers. Can you see him? He's very faint, so it is, you know, it's in the background. Now, I want to decorate the outside because when I did the decoupaging, I just used glue stick and I didn't have any fancy tools, so I just tore around the window. So it's created sort of a rough kind of look, which is fine. I don't mind that. But in some places I do want to either neaten it up or add to it. Now, not to be a broken record or anything, but I think the easiest thing to decorate this with would be butterflies, strategically placed. And some kind of like word or a label or something. Sorry, I'm just having a look to see what butterflies I've got, because I did pick out quite a few. Didn't have, ooh, I've lost something. I had something in my hand just now, I've lost it. Where's it gone? There he is. My tray was stealing my butterfly. Yeah, I didn't have a ton of orange stuff, so I mean, I had enough to fill a tray. I mean, that's pretty good going as far as I'm concerned. But right, so I'm just going to hit pause whilst I cut out a few of these butterflies. It's high time I stopped being so lazy and just cut out a few, isn't it? So I'll catch you in a minute and we'll carry on making this little shaker piece. Okay, I'm all set. I've also got out my Magic Sparkle Fairy Dust sequins. So I'm just going to start by, yeah, I'm going to start with these butterflies. So I'm just going to strategically place them around the edge, like so. And then I've also found this, I had this cut from one of the fairy books. It says, "They never think of fairy folk." And I was thinking it could be a play on, you know, when you think of like nature and stuff like what I'm doing in this challenge, we don't think of the flower fairies. And that will also cover up some of my hinky decoupaging skills. So I'm thinking that's very pretty, so let's do that. Oops. So I think I had it about there-ish. So yeah, as I say, I do have a video on making these shaker journal cards, in case you want to see, well, a winter version, but also, you know, I did a proper video on it, as opposed to just random makes. Now, I'm aware that I've got a butterfly with a butterfly, so that's probably a little bit high, isn't it? Let's drag that one down. But, you know, butterflies do fly together sometimes, don't they? Especially if you've got a butterfly bush. So I'm just going to grab some of this fairy sparkle. I want more gold than silver. So I've got a small handful. And just gonna pop that in. So let me just see if we, oops, got them stuck. Yeah, I think that's probably plenty. I might put a few more in case they do get stuck, and then that way. There. I got loads of sequins, so okay, let's try that. So now I'm going to close up the envelope. Okay, and then I just want to cover the back with a writing spot. As I say, I did do yeah, winter versions, which were really nice. I did really enjoy those. So I'm just gonna give this a little bit of a tap to make sure that the sequins don't start getting stuck in the corners and things. That would be very annoying. So just giving it a bit of a wiggle to just give it a little bit more space. That's it. There we go, that's better. Right, and then I've got some tea-dyed, or faux tea-dyed paper I should say, which has got kind of an orangey tone to it. And I was going to make some kind of scrappy pad with this at some point today, so I thought may as well use this. So I'm cutting it just slightly smaller than my CD wallet, and then I'll just ink the edges. It just stops things from, you know, what's the word? That way the edges can't come up as easy, kind of thing. So let me give this a really good ink. So I'm using tea dye. I've been using the tea dye ink for a while now, and I'm actually really liking it for just a softer look to inking compared with, you know, the browns. So yeah, I keep reaching for this one now, more so than anything else. Yep, lovely. And then I'll just give this an ink as well. And then I can always go in with a bit more ink in if I feel it needs it. And I might even put a sticker on the back of this. Thinking about it, I've got, you know, some orange stickers and things, haven't I? So may as well use them. Sorry if I seem a bit quiet this morning. It's because it's the morning and the cogs are whirring as to what I can do with the colour orange. But I hope you're still enjoying, you know, seeing some ideas and things. Obviously we can all approach the challenge in our own ways. We all have our own styles, which makes it really interesting because people come up with all different things. And of course we've all got different supplies as well. Just giving it a bit of a tap just to make sure that the fairy sparkle can, you know, yeah, love it. Sweet, okay. Right, a sticker. So, I don't know if that's a bit on the big side. Orange butterfly. Bit big, isn't it? We'll go something a bit smaller. What else have I got in here? I prepared this tray a little while ago, so can't quite remember what's even in here, to be honest. Where I've got fussy cuts as well. I don't have to just do a sticker. Just thought a sticker would be easy to stick down, obviously. Bit of flowers. What's that? Well, those are some orangey daffodils. Let's try that. That'll make a nice change. That's it. Just put, oh goodness. Oh, that sticker. It's really sticky. I was just going to say, oh, I'll just pop it down, and then suddenly it like got magnetically drawn to the paper or something. It's quite a vintage orange as well, so it's not too bright. do that, and then yeah, I'll just give it another inking later. Where's my words? I was just wondering whether whether I wanted another word. Ooh, there we are. Just makes the sticker look a little bit more intentional that way, and then still plenty of space to write. And then of course you've got that fun fairy sparkle shaker element to it. There we go. I might sew around the edges, you know, with just a straight stitch. The only reason is because where I've got the decoupaging, it is, you know, coming up at the edges a bit, so maybe I'll do a little bit of a straight stitch. When I do, I'll just have to be very careful that obviously the fairy sparkle is in the middle so that I don't sew through it. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking I might do just to finish it off. But yeah, there we go. We have a shaker journal card. So we have 2 pieces, which is awesome. This one will be super easy because this is kind of already a thing. Cheryl Talifus kindly sent me some, it was the Secret Garden Oracle cards, and this was what some of them came in. And I mean, it's cute on the back, definitely, but I was thinking we could have it this way on a page and have it be a cute little envelope pocket, so you've got all that space inside, but then also the actual, the whole thing can be a pocket. So I want to keep it really simple for this, I think, and all I want to do is just find something that I can just use as like a, I don't know, like a seal, you know, that kind of a thing. Of course, part of me is thinking, should I use the actual? This came from chocolate wrappers, I believe. And then if I stick it to the top, yeah, that feels strong enough. I'm just going to see if I've got anything else that would work as well. Don't really want to use a fussy cut, and I don't have any wax seals in an orange colour, so yeah, I guess I'll use this. So I just want to glue the top of it, and I'm going to use the beacon because it's like a metal, so I hope this will stick. Right, let's do that. I'm just going to lift it up. What's that? Just got to wait here. I put a bit too much glue on, I think. Just making sure it's in the middle-ish, how I want it to be. Yeah, that is super cute, isn't it? I'm not going to add anything else to that. I'll link around it and everything, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So there you go, that was super simple. Can they all be like that? No, I'm joking. It'd be really boring if they were all like that. Right, I want to have a look at these pockets. So this was when I very first did Tina's mass makes. These were my prototypes, my very first attempts at these coin envelopes. And back then I was just using papers that I didn't really care much about in case it went wrong. And so I have been stuck with these orange coin envelopes for quite a while. So perfect for this challenge. Sorry, I'm just creating a little craft lunch next to me. So the one thing that I do want to do is definitely tone down the white, tone down the orange a little bit. Similar to how we did it in the red week, actually, was you know, I would put stuff on it to, yeah, just give it like an orange border as opposed to bright orange, because it's not me. This bright colour, I mean, I love it, it's so fun to look at, and if you were doing like a sunshine summer journal, it would be perfect, but I'm not doing one of those, so I kind of want to use this. So now I originally had divots in the middle there, but I'm thinking I can go over it, can't I? Like that. And then we can have a fun orange border. I might even want a little bit more of a border. That's that. Without it being over the top. So I'm going to do that, and then I can recut the divot if I want a divot in there. So let's get this glued down first. And then, of course, I've got plenty of fussy cut stickers, all manner of things that I can then decorate it with and bring in a bit of orange. I think somewhere I've even got like, you know, foxes and things because they're slightly orange. I'm just going to lift that up because I put glue over the, what's it called? The divot. So I don't want to close my pocket. Yeah. That's it. And then do the same with this one. Sorry about that, dog was barking downstairs at something. Okay, so yeah, so I just finished that one off, and then I've just put the thumb notches back in. Right, so I was thinking I could use some of this collage paper that I've got. Just to create some kind of like interesting background there. And then I've got these quite bright florals, which I could use, and then maybe a word or something. So then if I put that one on the other side, have like a little matching pair of coin envelopes or something. I think that's supposed to go that way. Don't know if these flowers are a little bit big for this one. Let's just have a little look. I've got a couple of other pieces. It's a bit, oh, actually I was going to say those peaches were a bit small, but yeah, maybe if I go, you know, yeah, I think those go together quite nice. Right, oh goodness. Oh, I've got the word roses. I was just going to say I want, you know, a word or a label or something. Just to finish these off. So I could have it there. I don't have the word peaches. That much I do though. So part of me is thinking I might go label on this one, especially as we've got a little bit of a bigger area to fill in. So oh, circle might be a nice change, mightn't it? Yeah, it gives it a bit of an interesting look, I think. Right, so unfortunately I'm going to have to ink these pieces. So yeah, I think we're doing quite well today. You know, things are coming together quite nicely, I think. And I did not expect that, because I thought orange would be a harder colour for me than red, but apparently not. So I've got to think about what the next thing will be. I'm thinking I wanted to make that scrappy notepad, so I might quickly do that because that'll be a very quick make. And then I've just got an envelope there, which I can't remember actually what I was going to do with it. I can't remember whether I was going to make like a little notebook or something. I can't quite remember. But we'll figure it out, won't we? And then yeah, that will be it for today. I'll just do those two pieces. I think that's plenty enough. Don't know what kind of English that was, but it wasn't very good English, that's for sure. And then have that there. I do want to fill these pockets where I can, because I do have some ephemera. You know, that's ready-made ephemera. They're just like journal cards and things. So it'd be good to get those in as well. Fill the pockets, and then that'll be a nice little set of stuff. That's it. Yeah, it's got orange on it, but it's not over the top, which is important to me, I think. So I'll just get this one inked and glued. Yeah, made quite a few things. I hope the video is not silly long, but it probably will be, you know. Yeah, I mean, I'll cut out the bits that I can, but yeah, it will probably be a lengthy-ish video. Oh, that's that one ready to go. Right, let's do this scrappy notepad thing, because that'll be quite quick. Essentially, I have a lot of these types of sheets where I'm thinking, you know, where I've just torn things down. So I'm just going to make like a little tear off pad thing, and that'll be a nice little quick make. Oh, I probably should have gotten the stapler. I think that's going to be the easiest thing to use. I'll just turn that one around. There we go. I'm kind of doing them like a waterfall effect, where you can see all the different layers. I might as well get this one in, because, you know, all of it wants using. And I thought this would be, you know, it's got kind of an orangey kind of look to it, this paper. Which way around? Go that way. So if I do that. Right, let me just run and grab the stapler. I'll just be 2 secs. Okay, I'm just gonna try and get all of those layers with 2 staples. I think I got them all. Lovely. So that'll be that. And then I want to cover up the staples with something. And I'm thinking, if I use this paper, that will bring in some orange, which would be good. So let me just tear across here. That's that. Quite enjoyed working with the orange, actually. It's definitely made a change. You know, I would never work with orange, so yeah, it's been quite interesting. I really thought it would be more difficult, but no, got into it this week. But equally it could just be, you know, this sort of challenge regardless of what colour you're working with. Sometimes it just takes you that first week to get into it anyway, maybe. You have to see what yellow brings, huh? See how I get on with yellow. So that's that. Now this is only thin paper, so I'm not going to squeeze down too hard. So I don't want the staples to come through the paper. So that's that. And then I'm thinking a little something in the middle could be quite cute. Now I'm thinking circle, but I have no idea whether I've got anything circular. It's kind of a circle. Oh, I've got a poppy. It's got an orangey look to it. It's quite cute. You know, I don't want anything too heavy, you see, so I'm just sort of looking for little fussy cuts. I've got a Tim Holtz butterfly in orange. I'm torn between the poppy and the butterfly. I think the butterfly. I did like the poppy, but I think this one has just got a vintagey look to it. So let's do that, and it's a bit smaller as well. So I'll ink around the whole notepad, especially as I've got, you know, torn edges and the white core of the paper showing through. So I'll give it a good inking around just to make it toned down a bit. Grunged down a bit. Grunged up. I don't know what I'm trying to say this morning. I'll just cut along there a bit neater. Yeah. So yeah, that's simple. Little scrappy pad. Right, and then I have no idea how long I've been on for, so I apologise. But I just want to have a little look at what I'm doing with this thing. So it's got kind of an orange look to it, this envelope. So I'm thinking, you know, we could make a little notepad. I could make this kind of a pocket where we turn it up and then the whole thing is a pocket. Which I quite like the idea of. I think that would be nice and simple. So I'm just going to turn up the bottom, and then the flap of the envelope, I've already tucked it inside itself. Sorry about that, I think it was the letterbox this time. So yeah, I'm going to glue this envelope flap inside itself. It will reinforce the pocket inside, but also it will give it a nicer background because we've got that nice orangey, reddy print. Right, so I need to cover up this seam. The reason I've done it this way round rather than this way round is because obviously we'll have a pocket in the front and the envelope is a pocket, but you might also want to use it as like a side tuck or something, or even like you know, in the corner of a page, so you know, like this, and then you can have the whole thing be a pocket or a tuck spot. If you're going to do that, then obviously you don't want anything catching on the seam, so this way round we can cover it up. Now I'm thinking this painty paper that I've done is quite a nice colour, it's like a copper colour, to go with the envelope. So I'm just going to tear it down, and I'm thinking to do a border. You know, I'm quite liking that look for this project. So popping that down. I'm just going to tear off a little bit more from the top edge. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking that's quite a nice colour, and it brings in some more orange. So I can use that as my background. And I'm thinking, because we've used the copper, we might be able to get away with using something a little bit more autumnal for this one, if I've got something. I really thought I would use more fairies actually, but I have got some journal cards and postcards and things that have fairies on, so I might incorporate the fairies in that way as well, maybe. Have to see. I'm just poking that in. Yeah, it's been a very interesting with the orange, and I think it's fun because you can get all different shades of these colours, can't you? So, you know, just because it's orange, it doesn't mean you have to do bright orange. You can do, you know, slightly more copper tones to it. And then I'm just going to glue up this because I think I'm good to do that at this point. Oh, I just want to add some glue under there so it doesn't get in the way of my putting anything in. There we are. Yeah, you can get all different shades of these colours. So with orange, you know, yellowy orange versus bright orange versus copper. It's been quite interesting. Right, so I definitely want to put something in the background, and I'm coming back to these flowers. I don't know why. I like the idea of something just kind of poking out of the pocket. And then, I don't know, I've got some more of this orange paper. I may as well use that maybe. Just going to see what a fox would be like. No, the fox is a little bit on the small side, so I'm just going to see if I've got anything else. Anything bigger? No. So it looks like I'm using the flowers, which I did like, so that's that. So kind of position that somehow. And then, oh, I pulled out, I think I found earlier, some labels that had a slightly orangey colour on them, so I'm just going to see if I can find them at the bottom of my tray. It's funny how you pull out all these things that you can use and then you hardly use them actually. I mean, I've hardly used them. You might be different, but yeah, me, I hardly used what I got out to use. I could put that in the background, just cause. Instead of a label, might make a nice change. And then maybe, yeah, let's start with those first. Let's get all of this glued down. Sorry, I'm just thinking about what I can be doing, you know. Now, obviously, we're going to have something in the pocket, so all of this will be hidden, but I think it is nice sometimes to, when you pull stuff out of a pocket, you've got something interesting to look at in the background. Sorry, cogs are wearing again. Just thinking. Oh, I've glued the wrong side. Numpty. I always do that. As soon as I flip things upside down, round the wrong way, etc., I get really confused about my lefts and rights. And I know it's not just me because I see, you know, other people do it. That's no bother. I'll just cut that bit off. It's been good to get these little scraps used as I've made them as well. That's something going forwards I want to make sure I do often is, you know, if you tear into these papers, can you use them again whilst you're sat here? The answer is probably yes. So yeah, and that's thanks to the Sayonara Scraps challenge that we did, where I got a bit more used to using my scraps, whereas for a long time I must confess I was ignoring them. Right, so I want this flower to look like it's kind of coming out of the pocket, just like that. Oh, that is so nice. Not quite autumnal. I thought, you know, I thought because of the dark envelope, I thought I would go autumnal on this one, but I have used, you know, the bright florals elsewhere, so I think that will help everything be in keeping, because I do have to remember that at the end of the day this is a set of stuff. Right, how on earth do I get this in there without getting glue everywhere? Right, wish me luck. I'm just gonna plonk that down, there we are. And then I'm just gonna, whoops, twist and turn them into position where I want them. Sorry if I pulled that to me, by the way, I just I couldn't see what I was doing. That's it. Okay, and then just snip that a bit off. Okay, and what we've got, just want something else. What are we thinking? I am thinking just to tie it all in together. I think it wants a word, so let me, or a label, let me see. Okay, there we go. So I just added the word botanical, and then I thought I would just finish this off with a little bit of crochet along the bottom. So yeah, that's really pretty. So shall we have a look at what we've made? So we've got a double pocket. I just want to ink around this. We've got scrappy notepad. We've got the two orange coin envelope pocket things. We've got the little envelope pocket which just wants inking around. We've got the Fairy Magic Sparkle journal card piece. And what we started with the, you know, this is a double pocket as well, and then the whole thing can be some kind of pocket. So everything wants filling. You know, I do want to make sure that things that are pockets have things in the pockets. So I do need to maybe go through my ephemera and maybe make a few things. But yeah, there you go. That is my orange week. I hope you've enjoyed seeing those pieces come together. Made quite a bit, which I'm happy about. I don't know if they necessarily go together as a set, but I did try. But you know, if we move things around a little bit, I think they go together more or less. Maybe that one's a little bit less orange than the rest, but you know, I had a go, and that's the main thing, isn't it? I'm happy with the pieces that I've made, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with for Orange Week. And yeah, I can't wait to see your makes. Do post them in the Facebook group, because don't forget, there is a giveaway involved with this one. For anyone who completes all 7 weeks of the challenge, your names will go into a hat, and then you can win one of the packs of ephemera that I've essentially made on video. So you choose the colour that you want to receive. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with those, so I hope the video wasn't too long. I have to see when I come to edit it, but either way, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and thanks so much for keeping me company. We'll speak soon then. Bye bye for now.